look at, wow. Let's take a minute to admire this like aesthetic of the lines and the sun setting. It's just giving me this nice little glow. Welcome back to another video. My name is Brittany. For you guys who don't know, also go as Batney. I keep saying Brittany, but am I growing out of Batney? I don't think so. I answer to both of them. And I am your herbal guru, your herbal bestie. If you are looking for herbal tips on lung health because you smoke whatever you smoke, whether it be that ganja, vape, I don't know, tobacco. Before I start this video is for educational purposes only. I'm not here to endorse you to smoke. But if that is a habit that you have in your life, your day-to-day life, then I'm not here to judge you at all. If you have a little cough, you feel like you have some mucus, you know, you get a tight chest after or during or at night, or even if you're just like coming here for something to help with your sinuses, your asthma, whatever, but this video is mainly going to focus on helping those who want to detox their lungs and just detox their respiratory system because they do smoke, whatever you smoke. Personally, for me, I do believe there are levels to smoking as far as like what's the best and what's the worst to smoke. That's a whole other topic and I'm not gonna get into that because I'm not here to judge. But I am here to help you and give you some tips and pointers of just detoxing your lungs and just making sure, if you do choose to do that, that you are doing other things that you could be doing to help your respiratory tract and your lungs and all that other good stuff that gives you breath. So anyways, let's hop into this video. I have an online herbal shop and it is El Sol Herbal Co. and I will put that on the screen for you all. I get a lot of questions in my DM, especially on my business page, about like ways to help detoxify your lungs when you do smoke. I know some people get a tight chest, you may have like a dry cough, you may just feel like constant like tickle in your throat. You also may just be having like, you know, extra phlegm, like extra mucus that you just often like cough up, or you may not, it may not even be loose enough for you to cough up, but put in some extra care and give your lungs some extra care when you're not blowing it back. I do sell this tea in my herbal shop and like I said, I'll link it on the screen and I'll link it in below, but I'm gonna also share with you guys the ingredients of this lung detox tea. I'm also not about to be like a gatekeeper because I have a true passion for sharing natural ways to feeling better. That's the motto of my brand. We're here to share natural ways to feel better. In this video, I'm gonna be talking about a tea that you can make that can help detoxify your lung and just help give your lung that lung reset that you may be looking for if you are a smoker. This is it. There she is. Lung detoxifying tea. There are herbs of ginger, peppermint, nettle leaf, let's see if I can name them all. Marshmallow root, mullein, licorice root. This is it. This is what I sell my customers when they order lung detoxifying tea. I took some notes on my handy dandy phone, so if you guys see me looking down at my phone, it's just me trying to cover my bases and make sure that I am not missing anything and missing any important information to tell you guys. One of the most popular herbs that people probably know of, mullein leaf. Mullein leaf has become very popular. So mullein leaf is an expectorant, which means that it helps expel mucus from the body. Mucus is that stuff, you know, when you get like sick or even like just sinuses or allergies, it's that stuff that builds up in your lungs that you either cough up, or like I said, if it's not loose enough, you're not able to cough it up, but you feel it, it's there. So that's what mullein is good for. Mullein leaf is really good for helping to bring up the mucus that may be settling in your chest or your throat. Mullein is also a demulcent, and some of these herbs are going to sound like they have familiar properties, and that's because they are. Some of them are also in the same family. So if you hear me say these words over and over in this video, just know that it's a good thing they're similar and they're kind of in the same family. They have the same properties. Mullein is a demulcent, which is a gel-like substance that is expelled by the plants, protect the lining of your mucous membranes in your respiratory system, which helps to soothe irritation and further reducing any damage in your lungs. So just think of it like you go outside in the winter, it's cold, you put on a hat, gloves, You know, you put on a protective layer to protect yourself from the winter elements. Mullein is good for protecting your lungs from the elements that smoking could be bringing into your body. Like, it's no secret that whatever you smoke, it's bringing something into your body. You need it. You need to help protect your lungs when you are smoking. So do what you gotta do and protect your lungs. Mullein is a great herb for protecting your lungs, not to mention that it's also anti-inflammatory. And sometimes people who get like tight chest or like just pain in your chest, if you experience a tight chest, it may be inflammation in your chest. So mullein is great because it's an anti-inflammatory herb. It helps with conditions like asthma, cough. If you're sick, you have the cold or flu, it helps with that. It helps with a lot of respiratory conditions, even like bronchitis. So if you're sick or feeling under the weather, go grab you some mullein tea. The next herb I'm going to talk about is nettle leaf. Nettle leaf is great for respiratory and sinus health. So I know I struggle with sinus health. You may also be like low-key allergic to some of the stuff that you're smoking. I know my mom always tells me, you're allergic to that stuff. I'd be like, whatever, but she probably isn't lying, because most of the stuff that you smoke, it does come from the earth, unless it's like, you know, made out of artificial stuff or in the lab. But most of the stuff that people smoke comes from the earth. So if you have allergies or sinus problems, like, it's no secret that you may be allergic to what you're smoking. Nettle leaf can help with that. Nettle leaf, like I said, it's good for respiratory and sinus health, and it helps to balance the body's anti-inflammatory response, which, like I said before, it's like putting on a coat during the winter. It helps your body protect itself. It prepares your body for what it may go through, which is great. Ginger is really great. I love ginger tea. I love drinking ginger tea for many reasons. I mostly drink ginger tea for like upset stomachs. It helps with bloating, helps with stuff like that, digestion issues. But many people don't know ginger also helps with like respiratory health. Did you know that? Did you know that ginger helps with respiratory health? So when it comes to ginger particularly is good because it helps to relax the muscles in your airway. So like I said, if you have a tight chest, it may be from if you have a tight chest, it may be from inflammation, but it also may just be your muscles tightening up because, you know, you're smoking, you're inhaling, your body's like, what the heck is that? What the heck is that? And so it wants to protect itself, so it tightens up your muscles. But ginger helps to relax and soothe those muscles. Ginger is also a potent anti-inflammatory. Like I said, a lot of these herbs are going to have the same properties, which is good because it makes it a powerful drink to drink and ingest to help your lung health. So ginger is a potent anti-inflammatory, and studies has also demonstrated that it can help prevent damage to the lungs from infections. Now, nowadays you got to be very careful where you get whatever you're smoking from. I don't care if it's the ganja. I don't care if it's tobacco, vapes, whatever, like THC pens, whatever you're smoking. You have to be very careful and mindful where you're getting these things from, because some of these places are like reputable, and then some of them are just low-key sketchy. So you have to be careful about introducing these things into your lungs, and so it's important to protect your lungs from these things. It also contains compounds that help to boost the immune system and fight off microbes, and that is what it goes into, like fighting off infection, because when you introduce bacteria and microbes into your system, it can make you sick. Ginger is good with fighting back. Ginger is also a natural expectorant. That's that word again, expectorant, which helps to get rid of excess mucus, relieving congestion and soothing symptoms of infection. Peppermint is also really good for the digestion. It helps soothe upset stomach. Peppermint is also good as a decongestion. The menthol. So you guys know, like Vicks Vapor Rub, they come in like steam tablets you can put in the shower, or they have like nasal inhalers. I really like the nasal inhalers, but also like the menthol and Vicks Vapor Rub, you can also rub it on your chest and it absorbs through your chest. That's what helps when you're sick, the menthol in that. The menthol works as a decongestant. It shrinks the swollen membranes in the nose and the airway passages and makes it easier to breathe. And it also helps to loosen mucus that has been collected in your lungs. So like I said, sometimes you may feel like you have something just in your lungs, like It's constantly clearing your throat, trying to cough stuff up. And like I said earlier, some of you guys may feel like you can't just cough it up. That's because it's just not loose enough to like cough up and like expel. It's never good to swallow that stuff. I know it's nasty, but it's always good to like cough up that stuff instead of just swallowing it back, because it's not going to go anywhere if you're just swallowing it back. I know it's nasty, but someone's got to tell you. Another one is licorice root. Not to mention, licorice root is really good. This blend is really sweet. Okay, I'm not gonna say really sweet like juice or pop, but it's naturally sweet. Like if I just brewed this without putting any honey or like a sweetener in it, it would taste sweet. Licorice root. And the first time when I made this blend and I tasted it, I was like, wow, this is really good. It's sweet. And so licorice root has antimicrobacterial, hold on. Such big words. Licorice root also has antimicrobial properties, which is good news, because if you're struggling with the cold or flu, it can help to suppress a cough, and it can be useful even if you have like a persistent dry cough. So I know some smokers, like, they're just always coughing. You're not sick, you don't feel sick, you don't have a fever, you're not sick, you're just coughing. Licorice root is good for that. Like many other herbs on this list that I mentioned in this video, licorice root is also a demulcent, which, like I said before, it helps to soothe irritated tissues and helps to protect the respiratory system from further damage. Put on y'all winter coats, because it's time. The last one I want to talk about is marshmallow root. This is a popular herb remedy for coughs, and it helps to soothe sore throats. It also helps to soothe irritated tissues and calm that annoying dry tickle that may keep you awake at night. So like I said, a lot of these herbs have the same similar property, which makes this tea blend powerful in terms of detoxifying the lungs and just helping to protect your lungs from further damage, and just helps to put on that winter coat for your lungs when you want to go outside and smoke. Y'all need this tea. Y'all need to be drinking y'all tea. The protective coating that marshmallow root can create on the tissue of the respiratory system can help to prevent infections by forming a barrier against pathogens. It also has anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties too. I feel like the key takeaways from these herbs in this video: anti-inflammatory, demulcent, exfoliant. All of those properties are going to make a powerful combination to helping your lungs feel better from smoking. They're going to help soothe your lungs. They're going to help give a protective layer on your lungs, a protective coating on your lungs. It's just all around going to be good for your lung health if you are smoking or ingest anything through smoking and inhalation. To answer you guys this question, what can I do to detoxify my lungs? What can I do to get rid of a cough? What can I do to get rid of the excess mucus and phlegm that I feel in my chest? You take some herbs. Drink it. They also come in forms of like tinctures, and you can also add some of these herbs to like your smoke blends. However, like I said, smoking anything is not the best. So if you are trying to find a herbal benefit to help detoxify your lungs and just to help prevent further damage to your lungs through smoking, I suggest either a tincture or tea. I forgot that I actually made some. This whole video I was supposed to be sipping on this, but I was so caught up in this video, I definitely forgot. Delicious. I hope you guys like this video, and I hope it is helpful to somebody. Like I said, we're out here making a difference in this world by finding natural ways to feeling better, whether that be physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all of them. We're doing better in 2024. Make sure to give this video a like so I know to keep coming with the herbal videos. And I'm not gonna say it again, but I am gonna say it again. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, because I'm you guys' herbal bestie. Your herbal bestie here. So if you're interested in more herbal videos like this one, make sure to be subscribed to my channel. You could even hit the notification bell if you wanted to. I'm not gonna pressure anybody, but you should. Anyways, I hope you guys are well. Go get your tea. Go get you some, because you deserve to feel better. I hope you guys are well. As always, peace and love. Bye.